Hello students, a very good morning to all of you. Today we will start a new module, that is module 7, and here we will learn about the system programming. So before going to learn about the system programming, we have to understand about the concept of a system. So in a normal definition, a system is a set of things working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network. So this is a pretty apt way of thinking about the system as they pertain specially to the IT world. So in computer system is a collection of components, both the hardware component as well as the software component that function as a part of a whole. So a system is comprised of different primary elements like your architecture, modules, components, interfaces, etc. Okay, so here we can see that there are various definitions of the system software, application software, etc. Next, come to what is a system programming. Okay, system programming बोलने से आप क्या समझते हो? So systems programming involves the development of the individual pieces of the software that allow the entire system to function as a single unit. So systems programming involves many layers such as your operating system layer, firmware and the development environment. And this system programming is an essential and important foundation in any computer's application development and always evolving to accommodate changes in the computer hardware. So this kind of programming requires some level of hardware knowledge and is machine dependent. So this system programmer must therefore know the intended hardware on which the software is required to operate. Okay, so this system programming enhances or extends the functions of an operating system and may comprises of certain components such as your driver, utilities and updates. Okay, so they enable efficient management of hardware resources such as memory, file access, input-output operations, device management and the process management such as your process administration and your multitasking. So for an example is an operating system which usually act as an interface between your user and the application software and the computer hardware. So the operating system provides an environment that enables user to execute other programs efficiently. So comprising of a set of system programs, these operating system functions include storage management हो या फिर file handling हो या फिर memory management, CPU and device scheduling and management, error handling, process control and many more. Okay, so what is and what is not a system software? For an example is given here OS kernels, that is the core of the operating system, some drivers, bare metal, hypervisors, compiler, then what is not a system software, that is your graphical user interface chat application, so yeah, that is your Slack, Discord, etc. Web-based JavaScript applications, web service APIs. Okay, so here we will see that this system programming. So having defined systems, we can now define system programming as the act of the building system software using system programming languages. So simple enough, right? Well, there one thing we skipped over, languages. So people often talk about system programming languages in ways such as X is greater, is fast, compiled and a system programming language. But everyone on the same page as to what systems programming language is. Okay, so given our definition of systems, I would define the criteria for system programming language to be compiled to native binary, can be built without dependency on other software, performance characteristics similar to other system programming languages. Like here, compiled to native binary means if a language cannot compile to an executable that is directly interpretable by the CPU, then it by definition is running on the platform, whether it is a JVM, Ruby virtual machine, Python VM, etc. So there may be some argument to meet here, but for simplicity, this is a suitable criteria. No dependency means the argument is similar to compiling to native binary. So if the language always requires some other software be present to execute, then it is running on a platform. So for an example of this is Go and its included standard library that requires support from the operating system to perform basic actions such as allocating memory, spawning threads, for its built-in network poller and other actions. So while it is possible to re-implement these core functions, it does create a barrier to use in this context, and it is easy to imagine why not all languages. So even those that compile to static binaries are intended as system programming languages. Similarly, performance characteristics wise, this one is a bit of cop out. However, it is to say that within the system of languages typically classified as system programming languages, so there should not be large differences in performance characteristics. So by the characteristics here, and the golden standard for the comparison in C and or C++ as is often represented in comparative benchmarks, which measures execution speed in how many orders of magnitude slower language are than your C or C++ or any other language. So naming a few means the languages that come to mind immediately given the above definition are C and C++, but there are also newer languages such as your Rust and which also fill this niche. Okay, so here we see that you can see here what is the purpose of these system programs. So system programs provide an environment where programs can be developed and executed. So in simple sentence we can say that these system programs are used, or they are a very essential part because they provide a bridge between the user interface and the system calls. So in reality, they are much more complex. For an example, a compiler is a complex system program, but we only access the essential parts. Means it's an abstraction type. Okay, compiler itself is a program. System program purpose wise, the system program serves as a part of the operating system, and it traditionally lies between the user interface and the system calls. So the user view of the system is actually defined by the system programs and not system calls, because that is what they interact with and system programs are close to the user interface. So there is a image which describes the operating system hierarchy. This is the user, this is the user interface through which they interact. So this is the system programs, applications programs are there, and here system calls and kernel. So in this above image you can see the system programs as well as this application program form a bridge between the user interface and the system calls. So from the user view, the operating system object is actually the system programs and not the system calls. So there are various types of system programs are there, like system programs can be divided into 7 parts, like your status informations. So their status information system programs provide required data on the current or past status of the system. So this may include the system date, या फिर system time हो, available memory in the system, disk space, logged in users, etc. Communication wise, these system programs are needed for system communications such as web browsers. And these web browsers allows the system to communicate and access the information from the network as required by the user. File manipulations, like you can copy a file, create a file, rename the file, print, etc. So these commands can create files, delete files, copy the content of one file to another, rename the file, print the file, etc. Program loading and executions. So the system program that deals with the program loading and executions makes sure that the programs can be loaded into memory and executed correctly. So loaders and linkers are a prime example of this type of system programs. File modification wise, the system programs that are used for file modification basically change the data in the file or modify it in some other way. So there are text editors are there that are the big example of file modification system programs. Then come to applications programs. Like application programs can perform a wide range of services as per the needs of the users. So these include programs for database system, word processor, plotting tools, spreadsheet, games, scientific applications, any other applications, etc. Come to programming language supports. So these system programs provide additional support features for different programming language. So some of them are compiler या फिर debugger हो. So these compile a program and make sure it is error free respectively. So there are some drivers for specific hardware devices. And here there are various terms you see here. Assembler. So the input to an assembler is an assembly level program or assembly language program. The output is an object program plus information that enables the loader to prepare the object program for executions. So without loading into the main memory, your program cannot be executed, that you know. So at one time, the computer programmer had at his disposal a basic machine that interpreted through hardware certain fundamental instructions. So he would program this computer by writing a series of ones and zeros. That's your machine language. Means that is your machine or the system hardware can understand. So that place them into the memory of the machine. Compiler, the high-level languages like your Fortran, COBOL, ALGOL and PLI are processed by compilers and interpreters. So a compiler is a program that accepts a source program in high-level language and produces a corresponding object program. An interpreter is a program that appears to execute a source program as if it was machine language. So the same name, that is a Fortran, COBOL, is often used to designate both a compiler and its associate language. Then come to loader. A loader is a routine that loads an object program and prepares it for execution. So there are various loading schemes are there, like your absolute loading, relocating and direct linking. So in general, this loader must load, relocate and link the object program. So the loader is a program that places the programs into memory and prepares them for the executions. So in simple loading scheme, the assembler outputs the machine language translation of a program on a secondary device and a loader places it in the core. So the loader places into main memory the machine language version of the user's program and transfer the control to it. So since the loader program is much smaller than assembler, those makes more core available to the user's program. Next we can see differentiate between application program and system program. So system program is the collection of components and the art or design of a given program. Application program, it is a set of programs that view computer as tool for solving a particular program. In application programming the programming is done using the assembly language which interacts with the hardware of the system. Application programming is used to build the application software which includes the software. Next, come to system program. System software that executes the application software, because without the system software, your application program cannot run. Application software is a software that have been used by the end users. Next, system programming is used to write low-level instruction. Application programming is used to write the high-level instructions. For example, your system programs are loader, linker, compiler, that comes under your system program. Application program wise, whether it is your MS Office, library management system, calculator, web browser, that comes under your applications program. Okay, so as you learn in your computer applications, without the system program, you cannot, your application program is nothing. Okay, so it's necessary to have a system program in your system to run these applications in your system. Okay,